You want to know what makes a man obsess over a woman? Not just like her, not just date her, but need her. Think about her when she's not around. Question why he can't stop imagining her. What makes her stand out in a world full of other women? It's not beauty. It's not how much you do for him. It's something deeper, something psychological, something that rewires how he sees you and how he feels about himself when he's around you. If you act like this, really act like this, from your core, he won't just want you, he'll crave you, respect you, and obsess over what he can't fully control. But first, let's destroy the lie that most women have been fed their entire lives. The lie that to make a man obsessed, you have to please him, that you have to bend more, give more, chase more, be more agreeable, more available, more understanding. You don't. In fact, the moment you start molding yourself to a man's behavior, you lose the very thing that makes you unforgettable. And that thing is contrast. Men become obsessed with what disrupts their emotional rhythm, with the woman who doesn't respond the way he expects, the woman who doesn't need his validation to feel whole, the one who carries herself with quiet power without having to announce it. It's not about being cold, it's about being controlled, emotionally disciplined, mysterious, not because you're playing games, but because your energy is not for everyone. Let me explain this clearly. When a man first meets you, he subconsciously scans your behavior and energy to decide, is she just like the others? Or is there something about her I can't figure out? If he knows exactly how you'll react, if he knows you'll text back right away, if he knows you'll always say yes, always forgive, always explain, you become predictable, safe, understandable. And let me tell you something brutal. Men don't obsess over safe. They commit to it, maybe. They even love it. But they don't obsess over it. Obsession is born in uncertainty, not chaos, not manipulation, but emotional unpredictability grounded in confidence. He texts you a little less, and you don't flinch. He pulls back, and you lean back further. He doesn't show up fully, and you let the silence teach him a lesson. Because you're not afraid of losing him, you're more afraid of losing yourself in someone who doesn't show up for you. That mindset, that energy, that emotional detachment, it's addictive because it's rare. Most women are trained to react, to respond immediately, to fear distance, to chase clarity. But when you act like the woman who values her peace more than she fears his absence, he feels it, and he starts needing your presence to feel okay with himself again. Let me go deeper. Men, at their core, are drawn to challenge, but not the kind you've been told to play. It's not about withholding love or acting like you don't care. It's about having standards, boundaries, and a calm refusal to settle for crumbs. When you act like this, you stop trying to prove yourself. You stop over-explaining. You stop arguing with red flags. You stop forcing closure from someone who shows you confusion. And when he sees that, he starts to panic. Not because you're punishing him, but because you're no longer playing the role he expected you to play. He thought he could pull back and you'd chase. He thought he could confuse you and you'd seek clarity. He thought you'd stay sweet, understanding, and available, even when he made you feel small. But instead, you became silent, still, unbothered. And that feminine silence drenched in self-respect will haunt him more than any words ever could. Because obsession isn't built on access, it's built on impact. It's the way you didn't chase, the way you didn't flinch, the way you didn't let his mood dictate your worth, the way you stayed soft but powerful, warm but not desperate, available but not easy. That's the difference. You're not trying to convince him to love you. You're letting him experience the loss of you when he doesn't show up right. And here's the beautiful twist. When you act like this, you stop attracting men who want power over you. And you start attracting men who want to rise to meet you. Because high-value men don't obsess over women who chase them. They obsess over women who inspire them to be better. So how do you become that woman? You stop rushing. You slow down the pace. You lean into your own life. You focus on your world, your energy, your glow. You become the center of your own orbit. And when he steps into your space, he can feel it. This woman doesn't need me, but she's open to receiving. She's not impressed by breadcrumbs. She's not moved by effort that's half-hearted. She's graceful and terrifying. Terrifying not because she's cruel, but because you can't play her. You can't manipulate her with silence. You can't lure her with charm and empty words, because she sees through it, and she doesn't explain herself when she walks away. That energy? It's unforgettable. It's the reason he checks your page at 2 a.m. The reason he rewrites that message 10 times before pressing send. The reason he starts feeling more, because for once, he doesn't feel in control. Let me make something clear, though. This isn't about pretending. It's not about masking your emotions. It's about choosing them. About sitting with your feelings, but not acting on everyone. About knowing that emotional control doesn't mean emotional suppression. It means emotional mastery. And most women have never been taught how powerful that is. They've been told that if you want love, you have to give everything, be everything, wait forever, forgive everything. But not you. You've decided to become different. You've decided that your presence is a privilege, that access to you must be earned, that no man, no matter how charming, how attractive, how successful, gets to treat you like an option and still be treated like a king. So you act like this. You stay composed. You speak with intention. You let your silence say what your words don't need to. You don't flinch when he's distant. You don't panic when he's quiet. You don't give more when he's giving less. Because you trust yourself. And more than that, you trust that the right man won't need to be reminded of your worth. He'll feel it the moment you walk in the room. He'll feel it in your energy, in your absence, in your refusal to settle. And if he's not the right man, you don't fall apart. You don't beg. You don't break. You detach. With grace. With fire. With the kind of power that leaves a mark on his memory long after the messages stop. That's what makes him obsessed. Not the makeup. Not the dress. Not the effort to please. But the unapologetic, radiant energy of a woman who chooses herself first, every single time. You don't win him over by becoming more of what he wants. You win his obsession by becoming everything he never expected. So the next time you find yourself wondering, how do I make him miss me? Want me? Crave me? Stop. And ask yourself this instead. What would the most powerful version of me do right now? And then do exactly that. Even if it's uncomfortable. Even if it means walking away. Even if it means silence. Even if it means choosing peace over closure. Because the moment you start acting like a woman who knows her worth without needing to scream it, the moment you stop fighting for someone who won't fight for you, the moment you stop explaining and start observing, that's when he'll start to feel the shift. That's when the obsession begins. Not because you played a game, but because you refused to play one, because you became something he can't define, but can never forget.